Welcome to the lecture series. In this lecture series, we are going to start with the SCILAB. So first we'll discuss about the basic commands available in SCILAB. So SCILAB is nothing but an open source numerical computation software similar to a MATLAB. It is used for the numerical analysis, data visualization, algorithm development and matrix computation. So let us discuss and need for this algorithms and use of the SCILAB. So first one is we should understand the needs and challenges of a SCILAB learner, because using the MATLAB, which is not an open source, now it is available in the cloud version, but previously it was not available for an open source. So on that time, using the MATLAB was critically rare. So the students version of MATLAB was introduced as SCILAB. So how we can define is it is a problem based on the insights. So whatever or whichever the transfer function or whatever it may be, to address it and to analyze it, we started to use this SCILAB for student learning purpose. So we started with the basic commands and up to the plotting level and Simulink also now it is available in this SCILAB, and we can develop once the plotting is understood and it is studied, we can develop into a prototype and we can go for the testing. So starting from the basic operations, so we have basic arithmetic operations, we have variables and display commands, and we have made a creation of vector and matrix commands, and mathematical functions can also be simulator like psi, cos, square, log, etc. So starting from this basic arithmetic, from whatever the language or whatever the program, we always start with this addition subtraction. This is the basic operation. So every operation depends upon this either addition, subtraction or this multiplications. So we have variable handling also, because whenever a number has to be added, it has to be assigned to a variable. So variable handling is nothing but the assigning of the particular character, so can be creator on value assignment. And basic operators we have addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, modulo and exponential, and the element wise operators also we have. And depending upon this navigation and listing purpose, we have pwd, which shows the current folder path, cd folder name, and dar and ls for the directory name. And saving and loading also we are using .mat files, and for loading also we are using .mat files. And next, define this variable is a is equal to 5, which is similar to all the languages. That is 5 a value is assigned to a variable a. Similarly, we have few assigning values like accessing and modifying. For here you can see a of 1 comma 3, which returns the element in the first row third column, so it is used for matrix. And a 2 comma 1 is equal to 10 means it modifies the element with where the second row first column value is assigned as 10. So creating vectors also, you can see x is equal to 1 is to 5, that is sequence starting from 1 ending is 5, so the sequence is from 1 to 5. And line space, where we can define it as 0 comma 10 comma 100 evenly spaced, that is up to the observers and analyzers requirements. And coming to the matrix and array operations, we have to define the size of the matrix, and we have to determine which method we are going to use. And determinants, yes, if it is needed we can use for determinants. And transpose operations we have, and inverse operations also we have. And next is input and output commands. For the display purpose and input feeding, we use this display of a variable, print of the print statement, and input is nothing but to enter the get the data from the user. So user can lively enter the data and can be modified according to our need. And useful mathematical functions, yes, we have sine, cos, exponential, log. So everything, x is nothing but the variable, so sine operation is performed on that particular variable value. And the array calculations also, we have maximum of array, minimum of array, and sum of array we can perform. And we can perform it for the matrix also. And here also you can see I of n, which creates an n into n identity matrix, and zeros of m comma n, it creates a matrix of 0 with respect to m into n order. So Getting into the basic program, you can see initially we have given the polynomial, we have defining the polynomial characteristics equation because all the s belongs to the polynomial. And second one, we are defining the transfer functions. For example, I am taking the first transfer function g1 of s and g2 of s. I am going to perform arithmetic on these two s. So numerator, denominator I'm defining the numerator values, denominator values, and G1 is nothing but the system of the C comma numerator and denominator. Same for defined for the G2, and performing arithmetic is very easy method. G1 plus G2, G1 minus G2 into and division. So finally I'm going to display this display of G1, display of G2. You can, if you want this statement to be displayed, you can display, or else if you want your answer directly to be displayed, you can use display of g1, display of g2, display of add, display of subtract, display of multiple, and display of division. So div, multiple, these are all the variables which you are going to define, and g1, g2 also is a transfer function of a system which you choose. So summary, here we are performing the basic arithmetic operations, we are defining the variables, and we can also perform the mathematical complex mathematical concepts and problem solving skills, and we can go for the plotting also. So in the next lecture series, we will discuss about the basic programs and basic logical control structures, and we'll discuss its programming also. Thank you.